All right, hey, thanks for tuning in for today's stream where I'll be working on Drupal-rector. And this contribution stream is sponsored by Palantir.net, a remote-first agile company that gives back to the Drupal project and community, like the Drupal-rector project, and then sponsoring my time to work on it. If you are looking for a Drupal job, they are hiring a Drupal engineer. So you can go to www.palantir.net and apply today or learn more about the company. So thanks to them again for sponsoring more development streams. We did 5 previously, which got Drupal-rector ready for Drupal 9 deprecation handling. And today we're going to work on some of the bugs from that have kind of cropped up. One of these, I first need to triage, is unable to write in the cache. They're on Drupal 8.9. Drupal-rector, it says the last one, when they run the CLI, it says unable to write cache in the cache directory. All right, and at the same time, if I launch it from the BO, Git cannot load resource from upgrade rector. So let's see here. What is BO? Are you running the CLI tool or the upgrade rector module? Because there is actually a project upgrade rector, but I don't think that's received any attention with our recent changes 5 months ago. No. So that module needs to be updated for the new configuration. Rector moved from YAML files to PHP configuration. So that's probably what's wrong, is they're getting errors because it's not loading it. Let's get the proper link to the install instructions, introduction, scope and limitations, installation. Let's copy this link. See the updated installation instructions for the new config. Can you try with the copied configuration file and report back? Because I have not experienced this issue. I don't know what BO is. If I launch it from the BO, the CLI, they're having directory issues. I'm not sure. So we're just going to postpone it. Needs more info. And what we need to do here. Oh, here's an issue. Okay, so they opened it here. Let's see. I wish ats actually did something on Drupal.org, but I just have such a habit of doing it. So we need this module to leverage the new PHP config. YAML was dropped. I'll just comment that. Maybe I can try to find some time to get a fix into there. Let's rename this. No, we're not. We're just going to move on because there's plenty of other things to do. Cannot process due to class reflection union type not found. All right, so Grim Reaper actually is related to this other issue, but due to class reflection union type compared to the latest execution in green, something happened in rector. I don't know if this should be reported here or in rector directly. And it's in this file. So it says on line 9, cannot process due to here. So let's see where that file comes from even. My bet is it's going to be in use. shoot, so it's PHP 8. So if version is less than PHP 8, so reflection union type is a PHP 8 reflection object for a union return type like PHP stand returns a stub for anything that runs less than PHP 8. Let's see this job. Okay, why would it be looking at the reflection return type? Let's read their job. Rector 3.6 to 3.8. GitHub.com, rector. I don't see the error in here. What release are we at? For some reason, the releases don't show on this side. I really wish they did. Tags. So let's compare this to 0.11.36. Or I guess actually we should compare it to 9. Files changed is 3,000. That's a lot of changes. Yeah, that's impossible to figure out. Can you try with, I don't even know how we can replicate this because we didn't have this occur. So Drupal version 9. So I guess one thing we need to do is add, I can't edit the project, but we need this to also suggest the, so what I'm looking for, PHP version. We need to know what PHP version folks are using. What PHP version did you test with? I should be able to determine that from this job. GitLab runner, prepare an environment. I really don't want to spend my time digging through here. So wait. Oh, that was our last green job. Here we go. Wait. Where did this fail? Oh, yeah, that deleted the entire, I was acting like it was going to delete the entire line. So it's here, rector prefixed. So upgrading drupal-rector, PHP stand 0.91, locking to there. Installing dependencies. Removing rector prefixed. I guess let's look at github.com rector. We'll see if there's anything in there. This sounds odd. Oop. Nothing. Let's look at the commits. All right, that's not going to work. Let's go to source. This will be more telling. And let's just search in here, PHP stand stub loader. Rector should load the stub and prevent the error of class not found. Commits. Tired downgrade ship. That's all a while ago. 7 days ago. Oh, here we go. Looks like it was an error on Rector. Thanks. This was merged 6 days ago, and I wish I knew what release this was tagged to. Merge commit. That's the link ID. Tags. There's no release notes. July 5th. Oh man, there's been a lot of commits. All right. So this should say what tags it's in. We should require Rector to fix this problem. So let's go ahead and create a fix for this. So what I've been doing is copying the issue ID, and so we'll do, oh, that got weird. So do get new branch issue bump Rector min composer.json, and where is it? Rector. Shoot, if we do the tilde, let's see, semver tester. Why, oh, man, Brave, why don't you have this in my history anymore? That's not it. Semver.mwlb. So let's do Rector. If we went here, we'd get that. Let's do 3.9. Okay, great. So that would keep us in. So you can say minimum 3.9 and update the required dev to be the same. I'm going to run update to verify. Show on log. Cannot update. Oh, wait. PHP version. I got to go back to PHP 8. Give it a second to do that. PHP-version 8. Let's do composer update. Great. So we got 11.4, which is what is expected. So let's just copy. So just copy the issue number. Message only. Wait for it to finish indexing. And then we should at least have this bug fixed. Let's push. And I'll open a GitHub PR create. Title. Submit it. Copy the URL. Thanks for reporting this. With how fast and often rector releases. This unfortunately is not too uncommon to have a broken release, to have a release broken and then fixed with CI happening during that period. Let's link the pull request. So I'm going to take this link here. I'm going to add it run as normal. But have drupal-rector. What failed? Something failed? Great. But have drupal-rector, but have rector 3.9, right? Three nine or 0. Bump minimum version to include this rector fix. Now I got to figure out why this failed. Check that updated examples match expectations. Wait for this to load. Whoa, Nelly, that. What? All right, looks like we've got a random failure with this update. And that's in the Drupal set message rector. This add comment. Why did it add it so many times? Comment wrapper, statement node, get closest statement node. Why did it add it like 5 times? Get closest statement node. So comments, get comments. It appends the comment, sets the attribute, but why so many times? And we don't have a unit test for this one yet to figure out why. So it looks like this is what I'm going to be trying to fix real quick. So let's go to test, deprecation. This is the Drupal set message rector. That's weird that it only happened here too. It didn't happen on anything else that adds a comment, but only on Drupal set message. So let's go through generating a test. So it's directory, Drupal. I'm going to copy paste some things. Let's see, we should have a really basic one. So it's not going to be assert rector, but it'll be Drupal set message rector as a directory name. Add all this. I'll show you why I copy pasted it in just a second if you haven't watched any of the previous ones, because there's a lot of boilerplate. So we're going to refactor and rename this to be Drupal set message rector test. So you can see here, it goes through, it loads a configured rule, reads files from the fixture. So this is why I just copy pasted it. This is the Drupal set message rector. Why did it autocomplete so weird there? Whoa. There we go. Import the class. All right, we want notices as comments. So there we go, the add comment trait. There's the rector. Oh, the fixture. Yeah, so we need to create the different fixtures. So let's actually copy them from the D8. So examples. Where's Drupal set message? So what we'll do is delete this. Let's make a new file called simple.inc.php. Or wait, is it? It's php.inc. So let's do. This is where we can run it on each individual one. Yeah. So let's do basic.php.inc. And all we have to do is the code there. And then we close the, I really should have just kept the other one. We close the file. And then we provide the expected fix, which we can copy from these fixtures we have. So Drupal set message. So now if we run the test, we should get this output. So let's go here, click play. The PHP store might be upset because I changed my PHP version without refreshing. So let's hit stop and play again. So this should pass, and then we can start adding all of these into the tests. Did not. Oh, because I had that extra space in there. And I forgot. Closing. All right, so that passed. So let's look at the next one. All arguments is the next one. So basic, all arguments. So if we go to all arguments, we can just copy the example, replace, go to here, paste it again. If we play it, it should just work. Cool. Our all arguments, let's do types. So we can say new file message, let's just copy paste message types. And so here we're just going through, and now the idea is that we'll be able to use Xdebug locally to figure out why this broke. So message type as variable, type as variable, and this is the one that was causing breakage with the type as a variable. And hopefully we can figure out why it's freaking out when setting a message. Because there's that to do that was replicated multiple times. So let's run play. All right, there we go. We were able to reproduce the bug. So now we'll go through Xdebug and see why it's happening though. Let's go to config, configured rule. All right. So trait by class, traits by classes, get trait by class. On call, messenger service. To do add messenger trait to class that doesn't have it. Add status method args. So else. All right. I wonder if it's causing it to like read on itself multiple times, and that's why. But it returns early. Let's just see. We're gonna do a, let's take this and do, no, not run. Let's do a debug, and we're gonna just dive through it. So add comment, closest node, returns the node, but we're right back into it. Oh shoot, I know why. Because it doesn't change the function name. So one second, we got to, I know what we need to do. Or at least I think I know what we need to do. So let's debug this. Skip that. So we return here. So let's do node set attribute. Oh, I don't know if attribute's the right thing for it. Yep, okay, we can do attribute. Is there a way to skip it? I can't remember if there's a way for it to say for it to be skipped. Uses nodes, file, previous expression, current expression. Set attribute processed, we'll say true. All right, let's rerun this. So node, let's hit play again. Ah, darn, let's restart. So we play node, attributes process is true. If we play again, we can see it's true here. So else, so when you say if node is here, I don't really like that. I wish there was an easier way. So let's look at this abstract rector, refactor the node, should skip current node. Let's see here. Is node removed? Is node skipped by rector? So maybe we should do that. Should skip current node. Let's overwrite. Oh, that's a private function. Never mind. Abstract rector. Let's see. Should skip node. Is node removed? No, because we're not removing it. Is node skipped by rector? If node, instance of property, instance of constant, that's the node, has no rector, Phpdoc tag match, that might be one. If it has no parent node, return, this is node skipped by rector, and then it recurses. Has no rector, get tags by name. I think we can do this. We can just add the no rector tag to it. So let's try this out. We're going to put a doc there. So comment. So what we should do is tag it no rector. What is this button? What did I click to? No, remove, delete the bookmark. We flag the item as no rector in case the original node name is preserved to prevent rector from looping over this again. I think that might work. So let's do the debugger. What I should do is do a conditional breakpoint. So condition, not a condition. Disable until the following breakpoint is hit. We'll say 122. Right? Yep. So let's hit play. So 122 hit. So process true. phpdoc info. So now we have the node, the args, the name is Drupal set message, phpdoc info. So this should have the new phpdoc info. No rector tags, 0. Let's see. Get tags by name, no rector. A single line. All right, we're going to have to rerun this. Let's look at the node again. Attributes. phpdoc info. No. How does it? Args, attributes, scope, parent. Get closest statement node. Statement, attribute. Next. Set attribute comments. I don't know. All right, let's just play. So let's step in. So tags are 0. So this phpdoc node I wonder if it's because it's not adding it to this add comment. It adds it to the closest statement node. So what is the closest statement node in this case? Statement node is itself. So why is it not? So comments are null. It appends the comment. So let's do comments with wrapper. Let's try that out and see if that makes a difference. Probably not, because we probably need to reparse the doc info actually. So node attributes. So this phpdoc, let's see, phpdoc info, create from node or on empty. Let's see. Let's step into here. So node get attribute phpdoc info, node attributes phpdoc info. Yeah, it just needs to be reparsed. So let's do this. Let's see. So we have the comments, we have the statement node. This phpdoc info. Nodes create from entity attribute key. So we could just do statement node delete or remove set attribute to null. So we could do that. We could set it to null, but I feel like it'd be better just to regenerate it. So this says create from node or empty. Let's create empty. Let's just try this with the debug. So hit play, 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 step in. That didn't work like I was hoping. Attributes, phpdoc info. Didn't do it. So let's see. Let's debug this again. Man. So we're here. We've got comments. We have our statement node, attribute, Phpdoc info. It's null. Attributes, Phpdoc info. So maybe we need to set it here. Or rather on the node. All right, so hopefully this resets the Phpdoc info on the node. We go to node, attributes, it's null. We go through here, it's null. It regenerates the info. And there's no tag still. Come on. Get attribute, doc info, create from node. Oh, because it's already in a hash. So create from node. If it's set, it's an object hash. It works and finds it. So we can't just do that. Because I want it to prevent it from reprocessing. So I guess what we need to do, so there's this to do. So comments, or let's do Phpdoc is node get attribute key Phpdoc info. We're just gonna have to stop. We're gonna have to do it this way. We're just gonna have to see if we can detect any of the rector code, I guess. Let's play. So Phpdoc is single line, node annotation naming. So let's play over again. So now we're here. And we've added the comment, but once again, it's all static, so it's not regenerated. Which means I have to go back to this PHP info factory, create from empty or node. Let's create from node. Is there a way to clear this cache at all? So if is set, return this. There is no way. Let's see. Traverse nodes with callable is object type get type with for node. Wait. Before traverse, file enter node is matching class type, should skip current node. I already looked through this and we can't modify this easily. Is skipped, went down here. We cannot easily update the Phpdoc info to skip. So that's that. Leave node. That's not it. Again, all this is private, so we can't affect it in our parent. So we need to figure out what to do. The problem is that we keep the same function name. We don't change the function name. We just say that you need to do something fancy. Like we aren't able to determine the type of message because it might be a variable that lives at runtime. So that's the case here, is if we can't determine the type, it just leaves it empty. But we need it to turn into, it's saying no rector. We don't want rector to keep processing it, but it kind of goes into a loop. Jeez. And setting the Phpdoc doesn't overwrite anything. I guess we would have to try to recreate it. So maybe that's so Phpdoc info factory. Create from node. Current node provider set node. Node get doc comment. This parses it and then it sets it. Could use this to create an empty node, to tag it, set position of last token, create from Phpdoc. What's a public method here? Let's hide anything that's not. Create from node, object hash, so there's no way to really bypass that. Well, shoot. I don't think there's a way, unless we do. Let's see. Let's try. Find the usages inside of set attribute. Create private property. So let's assert that Phpdoc instance of Phpdoc info, right? So let's see here. Phpdoc. Add Phpdoc tag node. Oh, maybe we can just do this. This feels kind of hacky. All right, let's see something here. I'm not sure the best way to do this. So let's do debug. So node, this is the expression on the function call, and the comments aren't added here. They're added to the parent. Right, so the parent has this. So let's go ahead and what does this do? This get closest statement, parent node. So let's do since we did not rename the function, rector will process this node multiple times. So we need to flag it with the no rector tag so it doesn't, yeah, we'll just say it. We need to do that. So get closest parent node. Let's see, we need to assert that it is assert parent node instance of node. Parent node get attribute, or let's see, add comment trait, set attribute comments. So comments equals parent node get attribute key comments. We should do that. We should always use the constants. Comments, we'll do add a new one, new comment, no rector, parent node set attribute key comments. I like this new autocomplete that it includes the constants comments. So we've done that, and then now we need to do Phpdoc add Phpdoc tag node. It's not what I wanted to do. So I feel like somewhere inside rector, there's got to be an example of doing this. So search in vendor, spaceless, new spaceless. Doc tag note. Add tag value node. We don't want to add a tag value node, actually. We want to do Phpdoc child node. Oh, here we go. Text node? No. I guess it's just tag node, string value. But that can't be null, so that can't be it. I guess it's just text? No. Let's find the usages. New instance. Name. Invalid tag value. Parse the tag. Add new C. Right. So add prophecy trait. That's not what we want. New Phpdoc tag, data provider. Here we go. Perfect. Man, that took a bit. I feel like we should probably copy this into the main thing too, but I'm going to worry about that another day. So we'll say no rector. Let's do debug. I'm going to stop the debugger. The comments for this node have already been processed and stored in an object hash. We need to manually add the tag ourselves to the object, to the Phpdoc object, to prevent further processing. Man, what a hack. All right, let's see. So the Phpdoc info, Phpdoc node, children, tag node, no rector. And if we look at the node object, sorry, the parent node, actually, let's go all the way. So we got parent, attributes, comments should be the to do, and the no rector, and the Phpdoc info. Phpdoc node, attributes children. Hopefully this is the right spot. Actual. Oh, sweet, it worked. So let's go ahead and fix our fixture. And I'm going to also have to do that in our fixtures for D8, wherever they are. So updated examples, Drupal set message. I'm going to do that here. And I think Drupal set message static. There, and with trait, we'll need to put it here as well. All right, let's run the test. It's green, so let's push this. Fix double processing of advanced Drupal set message. Oh, I was not expecting this, to say the least. Let's do a push. At least now we have more test coverage, which is a good thing. So now we gotta wait for this to run. This is going. Bumping to Sephorn also caused a bug with the Drupal set message rector due to multiple processing. I don't know. Due to being processed multiple times, we didn't rename the function, and it kept looping and adding comments. This has been fixed as well with the patch version bump. Boy. Right. So this is passing now. Okay. So that's one thing down. Good grief. I did not expect that. So drupal-rector prevents PHP unit tests to bootstrap Drupal. See, so as described in the comments below the mentioned one, when I updated drupal-rector to PHP unit test functional JavaScript, I got errors loading Drupal core test traits. I have isolated that when removing. I don't see how this package, I don't understand it either. I've already told all the bugs. I tried to reference an issue. Interesting. I'm trying to find a workaround to fix my GitLab CI. But it seems that a recent update of mglum and PHP stand Drupal or PHP stand, I am trying to find out what happened, is rector 0.36, which has a fixed dependency on PHP stand. As I already have PHP stand, fly is not modified, so required. Given, so this is his other issue. Is this one still a problem? I don't quite rock what could be going on. I really don't. All right, let's see. Is this a build? This is a commit. Copies rector. moves because he's updating it. So bumps that. We test Drupal 9 with PHP 7.4 and PHP 8. Let's go to this original issue and see if I can figure out work on by requiring removing drupal-rector on the fly. So it was removing it on the fly. Okay, rector which has a fixed dependency on PHP stand, and PHP stand Drupal has a fixed dependency. Let's see. I've updated. When removing drupal-rector, update PHP unit. What are the files? Given the last commits, looking at this pipeline. Latest detached. It's all passing. The latest pipelines and blah seem to be passing. This is going to need more review because I still don't really understand what happened or why it's happening. But at least we've got a really good bug fix coming out of this issue right here. Let's see, did this pass? Yep, everything passed. Cool. So I'm ready to move on to the next one, which is the assert legacy trait rector rules. Sorry. So I've been working on this for some time. What we have going on is that there is the assert legacy trait from functional tests and kernel tests, and all these have been deprecated and are ready for removal. So we need to make sure that they all get flagged appropriately, which most of them are. And that's what a bunch of these tests are, but we need to go clear out the rest of them and make sure that they're actually being targeted correctly. Because one thing that I didn't realize is if we go to, actually, I'm not even sure if it matters. So like this protected function assert exists in both. Oh, never mind. It uses, okay. So the functional browser test extends the kernel test one. So maybe it doesn't matter when we run across it. Let's make a note. Note that uses extends the kernel test. So I do not think we need to worry about the trait which provided the function and limiting scope. We can just keep checking the method name. So that's one thing that was going on, is inside of, oh, that's Drupal core. Wrong button. So inside here, let's go rector deprecation. We've got the assert cache tag. So we have a helper method that says this is the method name, this is the deprecated name, this is what it should turn to, and we just say, did we find that name, and replace it. And if it's on the assertion method, place it there. And the one worry was that would we need to check where this came from, make sure that it came from the assert legacy trait, but I don't think we need to worry about which assert legacy trait it came from, since they this one for functional extends the one from kernel tests. So that's not a problem. Let's get back to this then. So let's do git, oh, wrong, branch again. And I close out the classes I wanted to keep open. Geez. So git checkout main, new branch, copy the issue number, part 3. This is the third pull request for this. So let's go take care of these last ones. If we go to dev.acquia, the deprecation status, I think we can show covered by rector. I don't know how Gabor got the fancy graphs. Here we go, graphs. Is this it? So since we added those two, these rector rules, this went from being on July 4th, nothing was covered by rector, to nearly everything has been covered by rector. Once we replaced a lot of these assert legacy trait rules. So that's why it's really important to get these up, because it's just the testing code. You know, we had a lot of changes. So let's go through. It also is just like exhausting because it's so much basic code. So let's figure out, let's start going down the list. Assert unique text. We'll just have it changed to contains once. Or maybe we should, yeah, unique text. Why would you do page text matches count? So no unique text. Or get text and substring count. All right, so we'll work on this one next. Or actually, let's just drop pass, instances of pass. Drop the call or refactor the test. PHP unit fails a test as soon as an assertion fails. So let's go ahead and I guess it's just function pass. Assert legacy trait does assert true. Well, I don't know. Why don't we just return that? And they say, so drop the call or refactor the test. I think we'll just keep this. That feels less invasive. So let's see what do we got going on. Let's see. Assert equal would be a close example of this. So let's just call it the pass rector. Goes from pass to assert true. Oh, but then we got to actually give like the messages. So never mind. Let's just do, we'll clean it up. We'll do abstract rector. Let's add the method stubs. So go to the base. The node type is a method call. And let's do let's find the usages. Hopefully there's something in here. Yes. Maybe we should replace it with a comment. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just drop it, I guess. But I wonder if it should have a comment. I'm not sure. So refactor, let's just go and do the refactor. So copy a lot of this boilerplate for the name. So if the name is equal to pass. So if it's not equal to pass, we skip it. Let's do this add. Let's use add comment. Let's do use add comment trait. So this add drupal-rector add comment to the node, and refactor your test to not use pass as an assertion. I think that's good, about, or rather as good as it can be, because I'm not sure why somebody would just use pass instead of other vectors. So this remove node remover, remove node. I think that's what we'd want to do. Find usages in source rector, abstract rector. Oh, there's actually just a remove node function. Here we go. Source rules, complex remove property, and let's hoping there be node analyzer, write assign. All right. Let's go ahead and write the test for this then, so we can verify that it's working as we would expect. So then again, we gotta do the whole test. I did find there was a script for generating these tests, but it put them in a weird directory and almost caused more work, unfortunately. So we can do assert rector. We're gonna copy to be pass rector. Add it. The config we change to be pass rector. Fixture. What do we do here? This pass. And it should return. Let's make it fail right away. Let's rename the file. Refactor rename. It would just be pass. This is not assert rector test. It's pass rector. Refactor the name. Said it's a lot of boilerplate code here. So now if we run it, we should get a failure because it's not the correct comment. Oh, it didn't even add a comment because it was removed, which makes sense. So this should be this replace node remover comment constructs a comment node. The text is there. So that's one problem. Interface node. Class like function closure statement for each trait alias namespace. So node. Let's look at statements. Statements are like properties, labels, interface, inline HTML. For finally enum class like. So that's not it. Expression. It's not going to be an expression either. what I want to do is replace it with just a comment. But I don't think you can do that. Abstract class statement. No. Let's see. Get comment, set doc comment. Arg, set attributes, get start line. Get type name, get set attribute. I want to see if I can find an example inside the rector stuff, even inside the PHP unit. So I can see that being one. Rector, static call, get mock. That's not it. For each. Exception annotation, no. Does not perform any assertions. Oh. Test without assertions will have a does not perform assertion. Well, that just adds a Phpdoc to the class or to the method. But doesn't necessarily handle removing the node. So let's look at remove node, remove empty test. That doesn't help us. Remove test listener, remove class method. Migrate to move empty test method. Nope. So let's just look inside rector itself. Where are its rules? I don't remember. Oh, rules. Remove node, downgrade strict typing. Should skip. It returns the node even though it removes it. For each in array. This comments merger. Oh, wait. What's this do? Keep children. New node. So the new node is the return. Node. Oh, it just copies over the comments. Collect children comments. Adds them to the new parent. That doesn't help out here. What do we call it? What happens if we do return node? Because I saw that in some of the other ones. Still not it. So this node factory. Create array, create concat, false, func call, create null. That just returns null. That's not what we want. Create uses, create true, static call, create boolean and public blah blah blah, class fetch, property. Create array, create args, local method call. I guess we're just gonna have to not return a comment. We'll just have to remove the line and then they'll have to fix their test. That's all there is that we can do. And that's, in my opinion, that's fine, because if they're running their tests, they'll get failures that there's no assertions that were run. If that's what happens. So I think that's fine enough. Oh, it rectored the code style even. So that passed. So is this issue? Blah, blah, blah. Rector for pass. Right, let's commit that. Assert unique text. All right, so we'll go through this one next. So file, assert. Let's do is rector.php. So this is more of, this should be, this one's kind of simple, because we can do, actually I'm just going to copy paste. So we can replace assert unique text with assert session page text contains once. I don't think we need to have people use page text matches count, because matches count of 1 versus unique text seems pretty straightforward. If I can get back to the right code. So this is kernel tests. Here we go. Let's go to the functional test. Find this method. Find usages. So it would be that, and replaced to well, that is a different text. So let's say page text contains once, color set is the end goal. Unique text. All right, now we got to write the test for it. But what I'll do is let's go ahead and work on assert no unique text first. It'll be a little bit different, but it'll be close to it. Assert no unique text rector. I wish there was an easier way to do some of these tests, but it's not working out. Like, we could, like for a lot of these, we could duplicate the rules inside of each other. Like I found out in rector, it has ways that you can inline a bunch of these to replace assert element present to a different one. We could optimize it that way, but I didn't learn about that till the very end, or until recently. Like if we look at config set, I don't know, it's so you can downgrade the attribute, no, upgrade PHP 8.0. There's like somewhere there's like a rename, static call to func call, rename. So rename function, so old function to new function. Could have done this, or just renames a function. But oh well, we can find ways to optimize it later on. Right now, it's just kind of like brute forcing through it. So this is assert no unique text. So from no unique text to page text matches account, if you know the cardinality in advanced. All right, so this one is a bit harder. Assert same, assert greater than. So yeah, because if we did just match count, we can't do it. We have to say greater than 1. So this is a bigger refactor. So maybe we can't just use this because this returns a new method in this way. All right, we're gonna have to do abstract rector. Add a method stubs. Let's copy this baseline because it has some goodies. Because those are our node types. We want this entry point, which checks for assert. No assert text. Oh man, I can't remember how we add multiple. Entity manager. Okay, so that gets the node types. Request time, of course, return if count 3. Oh, this add to node, add before node. Okay, so this. So we'll need to inject the node add collector because we need to add lines before the call. Like we need to insert these 2 lines and then this after. And so we need to have this nodes to add collector. That was what this allows you to do is add before node or add after, add nodes after node. And that's what we had to do here is we replace the node or the Drupal, we replace the one node, the main node, and then we add something before it or add node before node. Yeah, before. Yeah. So we return a new node and we add things beforehand. Just return node. Let's go ahead and write the test for this because I will feel a lot better about that. Yeah, we'll copy this assert text. So let's do assert unique text. Text rector. In our config, we will have assert unique text and assert no unique text. Clean up that. So we got that rule in the wrong file. So the worst part about copy and pasting is working in the wrong file. So that's ignored. Let's go back to here. This is where we need to fix it. Import the classes. Let's fix this test name. Let's refactor, rename. All right, so we've got the unique there. Let's go into the fixture. So this is where we can do it. Assert text. We'll call this assert unique text, and this to assert no unique text. So assert unique, we're going to assume that, let's find usages. Okay, we already wrote this out in the rule. So we're assuming that this assert unique text will return page context, page text contains once. So we want that to be the assert unique test case. And in the no unique, let's find the usages. So this should be returned into the following. Yeah, so that should be what gets created, I think. I mean, there's more to it, like if they have a custom message, I guess. So maybe we should, that'd be so hard. So let's just have it be simple enough that it says found more than once on the page. We'll start here. There's always going to be bigger examples or harder examples, but we just got to get started and then we can figure out where they failed. So we've got that. Now let's run the test. We should get one pass. We should get one fail. The fail being the no unique text. Oh, they both failed. All right, so there's that one. Why did this fail? This assert session. Oh, there. This assert session. So that means I need to update that. Let's rerun it. All right, so this failed. Now we got to figure out how to create this rector. So no unique text. So, all right. We need to create, so let's do this node factory, create args, create array, create function call. We need to create a variable. And I have no idea how to do that. So let's look at let's see, any of these. Maybe in here. Get mock base, this entity type manager equals. So method name, new method call, return node. Let's see, parent class name. This mock, this parent class name, base being extended. Arguments, new identifier, node equals method call. Nope. Unicode before. Static to function base instead of rector. Node equals new function call node. Oh boy. Safe markup. Nope. Request time const. Nope. That's just replacing the one entry. All right. Well, let's just get started. Let's try to figure this out. So we'll do this get session. We have it in here. So node create local method call. And this create assertion call. So we need to do this would be get session node. So it's get session and create a method call to there for the method. So we would have get page node equals this node factory create local method call to get page. No, it's create. Sorry, it's create method call. So it creates a method call on this node for get page, no arguments, and then get text node equals this node factory create method call get page node get text. All right, let's see where this can get us at. Let's do this node to add collector, add node before node. So the added node is get text node, right? Is that how we do this here? Return that just does a return in place. Sure, we'll try that. And the position node is node. Let's run it and see what happens. Well, that ran it. Okay, because we didn't swap it out, it ran it a handful of times. So that kind of worked. So let's now see. So the asserted text equals node args 0. Actually, let's do so let's stop equals null. Or we know that there should always be a count here. So we got this arg, so we need to replace it with what greater than expected 1. So this node factory create local method call to assert greater than args create local method call variable this. Oh, there's variable. All right. Or maybe not. That property fetch. Let's see. I don't remember how to create custom method name, method args, new node arg. Okay. Here we go. new node arg new node scalar. That's scalar. Node argument, an expression. We don't want to have it be a cast. String. Is this a line number, an integer number scalar node, a float number? Okay, so it's new node scalar number 1. Let's just play it. All right. This is going to be fun. So much fun. So let's do page text node equals new variable. How do we an expression with a sign? New variable is called, we'll call it page text. So actually what we need this node to be is a new assign var is page text page, and the expression is get text node. And let's run that and see if we get the assignment. Okay, we did. Great. So that works out. Be nice just to have, oh, whatever. Okay, so we got the first step. So we got nr found var. Let's change this to page text var. So this is equals new node expression variable nr found. So nr found var, and so this would be a substring count node equals this node factory, create function call to substring count. Now we need to do the arguments. So new node arg. Let's break out these lines so it's a little bit easier to read. Arg, although I guess actually we just pass node arg 0 is the first one. Or no, it's not. It's page text. So we'll do page text var, and then here, and then do this nodes to add collector, add node before node, new node expression assign, not assign op, but pay nr found var substring count node. So that should handle this line here, I hope. It did. So now we just got to fix the calls to the arguments here, which is a lot easier now that we've gotten through that hard part. So new node arg is page text, wait, no, nr found var. And creating the custom message here. Which should work if they pass a variable, since we used quotation marks. I just got to figure out how we're going to do this. So new node arg. New node scalar string. Let's see. Node arg0. This is probably going to fail somewhere for someone. So we'll have to make a more hardened example. But if I can get this to pass, I'll be happy, and then we can do a more extreme example. So let's just do a play. Okay. Object of class blah. Let's just pass a value. Cannot be converted to a string. Course. Shoot. So how can we construct a string? Let's see. Replacements, kind. So we need to set some options here. I wonder if we can find this anywhere in rector. Let's see, inside of here. Attributes kind. There's no, let's do attribute key. So kind will do node scalar string double quoted. And let's just see where this gets us if we do foo. Let's just pass in foo and see where this ends up at. All right, so now we just got to get it to be the string representation of the argument. So let's do let's move that down to here. So if asserted text is instance of node, or stop equals null. We're just going to start using tests for this. Start debugging. So asserted text arg. So let's do value. Actually, one thing we should do too first off is if count node args is equal to 0, throw new should not happen. assert no unique text had no arguments. Let's first just add some validation. So we have the value there. Let's do the debugger again. So asserted text, we have a string. So let's say if asserted text instance of node scalar string, asserted text equals asserted text string value. Let's reload it. So the asserted text. Now we can say asserted text. Let's do else throw new runtime exception assert. Let's do. Oh, you can't do that in here. Cannot handle argument of type get class asserted text. So we're going to start there. Let's run the test. This should pass now. Great, it did. Assert no you knew. Let's do it now with a by var. So say to check equals that. To check. So copy this here. So it should end up at the top. And it should look like that. Fingers crossed. So let's run the test again. It's going to run through all of them. There we go. We get the error. So the other two passed, and we get the error here. We can't handle argument of variable. So let's fix that. So do else if asserted text instance of node expression variable asserted text equals name. Stop. No, so it's basically what we want to put the name. We want it to have that variable name. So let's see to check. I wish I would have not just replaced it. I have no idea if this would work, but let's try it out. First, I want to see. So asserted text, variable, attributes, scope, use nodes, uses, use, name. Oh. All right. I don't know if there's like an easier way to print out. Oh, the parent, maybe I don't want to move the watch. Maybe it's best to get the parent. No. Parent is the argument. That's not it. We just need the variable. Cache printer. That makes the asserted type to be to check. Let's play it through. Oh, it escapes it. Play it again. And it's going to error because All right. How do I insert this here? Kind attributes double quoted. Using the kind, the value, replacements. It's a new value, parse escape sequences. All strings from types apart from single quoted. So there's got to be a way to insert text with a variable in it. So let's look at rector. Like I'm assuming there's got to be rules. Renaming, removing, restoration. Type. No. Transform. String to class constant, string to method call. No. Assign. Dim assign to. These aren't rules. Wait. This is in the rules, but why is it fully qualified name resolver? This is not a rule. Let's see. Concat joiner. Let's see here. Join to string and placeholders. No, it's not what I want. Process string pattern. ERG to PRCE. No, that's not it. Array compactor. Join string. No replacements. Move so value sprint F. This sounds like it could be it, because if it's not, all right, so hi, welcome. Oh, it just does that. It doesn't do anything super fancy. What happens when I do that? All right, no matter if I put it where I put it, it's getting escaped. So what if I lost the code? Wait a second. Where'd it go? How did I lose? Oh, maybe I need to mark it as escaped here, and it will unescape it when it goes in. Nope, it just double escaped it. Let's try this. Nope. Man. I don't know how we can do this. And then return. Naming? No. Variable renamer. Shoot. I get the string, what calls parse? Find usages. Value, so it creates a new string. Oh, that's when it's parsing. All right, so that's when it creates the string. Parse escape sequences. Parse a doc string. So this is all the parsing, code point to UTF. So it's when it gets written, something's escaping it. Let's see. Matches 1. So if is set, replace with blah. So $sign to $sign. Why? That's in the results. And the callback when it replaces it. I'm just going to drop a breakpoint here. Let's debug this to see if that gets called. Nope. All right, let's dig in. I need to figure out what gets that set. Oh, shoot. That just stepped all the way through. So args, see here, string. Do check found more than once. Replacements. Attributes kind is 2. Rector with line change. Add rector class. Mirror attributes. It's parent nodes. So the return. All right. Args here. Value. I'll return. Traverse children subnode. Now going into the return. I want to see what possibly changes it. Attributes, no. Name, variable, args. Well, this is going to take. Now I'll try to back out of this. So file processor, the new statements. So statements, class, statements, the class method, statements, expression, method call, arguments. Here we go. So this is still here. File change, new statements. Try catch. File diff, original file content. So it didn't change yet. Do this, refactor nodes, new statements. So class, statements, class method, expression, method call, args. String, again, it's not there. Set file. This print file, that's where we need to look, or here. So file. So it's already been before here. So it gets messed up here. Print, man. Let's reload this. I just don't know how to prevent it from being escaped. So file. Important to detect. Configuration. Step in. New content. All right. So is dry run. So it's in here. So new statements. Again, we step through the abstract syntax tree. Args. Okay, so we have that. So better standard printer, print format preserving. So I'll get old, new statements. Step into this. Again, new statements. Let's just make sure. Statements, class method. Its own statements were the last one. Expression, args, the value. Let's step down. Okay, this is all an initialize. Let's watch. So we're going to go into here, statements, class method, statements, expression, to value. Let's add this to the watch list. Wait, why didn't that go? Add to watches. All right, so we need to see when this gets modified. I'm going to drop a breakpoint here. It's not there yet in the pre-process. It happens in this result. Joy. Let's rerun it. So I need to figure out how I can get this to not escape my $sign. So nodes. Yeah. So step in here. Let's remove this watch because this is being not working out. All right, let's try to see here. Set indent level, get comments, set indent level, delayed add, safe append, be comments, is multi-line, original node, set indent level, comments, div type remove. All right, let's see. Div type keep, div type replace. Look at the div. Statements, class method, again. Args. It's just got to be something about the way it works. That statement makes absolutely no sense. Right, so diff element is the use. Let's see. I'm going to try to figure out item start. So result there. So result is tokens code get token code. And from to indent the string. Wait, position. So results, where does result get appended to now in here? I think it's the safe, maybe it's the safe append. Let's debug that. The safe append example echo and x result in echo x, but echo and x result in without safe append does not preserve semantics. That's not what I would think. All right, so result so far is use safe append to check equals duplicate message. All right, what's so res? Okay. The result is here. Fix up is null. Else this PR item. Array item. Okay, so if we do, we need to stop here. And check comment start position. 36. Item and item start position 36. So let's do that. So let's do item start position equal to 36. Restart this. So I just want to see if there's some way I can get that to not be escaped. All right, so array item we got here, this P. So original node. So class is an expression. Indent adjustment is 0. Type is expression. Fix up info is null. Subnode is method call. Let me guess. Let's see. Result, tokens. All right, results in empty array, extra left. If is set, else, subnode. What's the subnode? So we go down into it. Shoot. Dang it. All right, we're already at the result has. Let's see. PHP parser string with double quotes and variable. Oh, this Find anywhere, add strict types to libcode. Set issues. Escape backslash. Wait, escape dollar. Escape. Escape, get unparsed string. Currently using PHP stamp, blah, 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 blah. Nope. Bring some binary string. Get untransformed version of a string. Oh, wait. Very close. String with class name is outputted with double slashes. I've added an explicit to the method pretty printer. Blah has to be escaped if it is followed by that at the end of the string. You know what? I wonder if this is all just because I have it inside of a single quote. Let's just do play. Oh, it still parsed it out. And of course, if I search for this, I'm not going to find anything because it's using regular expressions to replace it probably. No, that's in the parse. Just didn't resolve stack access. That's not it either. Let's go to the breakpoints. So this P so the result, it was already happening here. Let's do the debug again. So it's the result class, public function, to check. Well, that guess even less than what I was expecting. Oh. There's got to be a way to replace this with array to fluent. So if key instance of string, no. Cake if instance of config sets, replace string class, node factory, value assign. Add datetime argument, no. Method call. Unclassified usages. New string filter name. It's a new arg. No, we don't want it as an argument. What if we did? Let's just look at new string inside of rector. Method name. So that just wraps the parameter, node analyzer, array dim fetch. Would it be an expression? No. There's no string here. It's somewhere like this can't be the this can't be the only time it's been done like this. So array item, variable name, string class. Regex, the pound signs, Phpdoc, method call, code quality, string variable name, string, blah, 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 blah. All right. Concat, no. For each, identical. If no is set unescaped. Escaped strings to sprint f. Abstract director. Okay, let's see. Unsupported format. So this moves it to sprint f. Let's see. No types escaped. Oh, wait up. Is that what I have to do? Let's find usages. New instance creation. All right. So maybe that's it. I just had the wrong type. Parse doc string. New contents is an array. Let's just try it out. And then I need to hop off. Oh, geez. Where'd the code go? No unique. So let's do escaped parts. Constructs an escaped node string. I don't even know what this will do, but let's just pass this as is. Make that a comment. Argument when must be of type parser node, string given. All right, so that's part of it. So new contents part, escaped string part. Okay. So part value. The new escaped in caps. Sorry, escaped. Oh. So value is text. Let's just see what this returns. Not at all was I was expecting. Let's try it with just this. To check, it still has it in a all right, let's find where this might be used. So PHP stand in its parser. parse doc string, unclassified, the vars, PHP stand, pretty printer. So if this kind, so this can have a kind of Phpdoc. Pretty printer. Here we go. I think this is where I need to debug it. Okay, so node parts is an encapsed string. So parts is an expression. So let's go back to here and we don't want this. We actually want it to equal itself. Argument one must be type string, variable given. Oh, because we don't want this. Let's just give that. All right. Return to check. So I guess that works. It doesn't need to be encapsed, but I'll take it at this point. Encap string part. Yeah, at this point, I'll just take that as is. Boom, 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 boom. So what do we need then? So we need new node scalar. Would it be like this? And that would give us it in quotes. Let's just play the test. That's not. That's not at all what I would want. Oh yeah, because it's new encapsed string part. Oh, thank goodness we're here. All right, I will live with that. So we'll say else if. So this is really else if it's not an instance 2. And let's go fix the sample. Thing is that the curly braces aren't necessary, so I don't know how to do it without, but at this point I'll take it. So that gives us a rector for assert unique text and assert no unique text. Let's do commit and push, which I forgot to run phpstand first. But let's just create the PR. And a new PR to here. So this takes care of pass. And assert unique text. That there. And then also assert no unique text. Oy, oy, oy. All right, phpstand passed. That makes me happy. I was afraid that I would have done something to ruin that. So that's pretty good. There's still a handful more to do, but we fixed a some is failing. All right, so tests are failing due to this. Tests are failing due to that issue right there. All right, so I need to ping Ken that we need to merge this issue to fix our builds. And we're a step closer to getting this massive issue taken care of, which I will be picking up next week. So I'll be doing this again on Wednesday next week at the same time, 2 p.m. Central. On Friday, I will be picking up some work on phpstand itself. So I opened a few pull requests that are some issues to handle PHP 8 incompatibility checking. There's a lot of them that need to be worked on. So I will be working on this tomorrow, or in 2 days, on Friday. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out as I went into the depths of the abstract syntax tree work. And have a good day. Bye.